horse to look at as well. He's got size and scope. He's got a fantastic attitude, just calm and collected.
His recovery, yes.
And just a final question for you. Coming to Melbourne with this horse and winning the Cox Plate, what did that mean to you, Danny?
Oh, it's a great meaning, you know, as a Hong Kong China. Okay, Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong, whatever, okay? As a Hong Kong local trainer, it's a great honor to win overseas Group 1, especially as one of the major Group 1 in Melbourne, the Cox Plate. And also it's a good one for the next generation. And they will learn, just like Benso, Gary, they will learn from this. And one day, when Benso will be a trainer, and then he will go. If the only one, he will send the horse go overseas, he learn something. Just like I learned from Ivan, exactly the same, yeah.
Danny, Australia will be cheering for you and Romantic Warrior. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, that's what we've got to look forward to. Romantic Warrior, the Cox Plate winner, trying to defend his crown in the Hong Kong Cup. He's $1.45 to do it, Hutchie.
Yeah, way under the odds for mine. I think Prognosis looks a great price at the moment, but I think looks like the locals here have rolled up the two favourites, Lucky Swain into Golden 60. So the prices will change a little bit, but at the moment with all that money in the pool, Prognosis looks a pretty good odds to me.
All right, let's sit back and enjoy it. Thanks for your time. Let's go into the yard for the running of the Hong Kong Cup.
Play. Romantic Warrior here, Jenny. He's at 1.5 for James McDonald. Danny Shum, he is on the cusp of $100 million in earnings here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, great horse he's been so far, and he's only a 5-year-old. Obviously coming off that Cox Plate win, very short photo finish there with Mr. Brightside. Fantastic race, but he's proven that he can travel and perform, and the horse looks in great order. He's a really good walker. He's very strong. He's maintained his condition nicely. He's just started to go a little bit into his winter coat, but he's healthy and he's behaving himself nicely with his two handlers.
Yeah, his Prognosis, he was third to Equinox last time, so that's the form line people will be attracted to. However, you want to look at what finished behind him, and there were some smart horses there as well. He can just get a little far back in his races, so Yuga Kawada's just going to have to be alive to that if the pace isn't searching up front.
Just recap, Jenny, on how he was looking again this afternoon, Prognosis.
Yeah, look, I liked him when he first walked in. He has got himself a little bit warm in a short space of time. Not enough to be overly concerned about. He's bandaged in front, walks out really, really well, and he's a well put together horse. He's nice and strong and sensible.
That is Prognosis, and there you can see Yuga Kawada, his jockey, aboard this afternoon. 9.6 in the market here for Prognosis. Maybe a bit unlucky last time out, but ran through the line very strongly over the final stages there, of course, in the Tenno Show Autumn behind Equinox. As we move on to Rosham Park here, Jenny. Same sire, of course, as Norm Corbing by Harbinger. Beat title holder last time out, and that's no mean feat.
Won his last three. He's a horse in form, and geez, a nice horse to look at as well. He's got size and scope. He's got a fantastic attitude, just calm and collected here in the parade. Bandaged in front, walking out nice and cleanly. Looks really fit, and he's a good type. I'd give him a good each way chance. He looks good.
I think he's much the best of the Japanese here. The sectionals in that race last time, the Sankei Show, were outstanding. He knocked in sub-12 second furlongs for the last three. He came wide to do so. He was drawn in 13. He beat title holder, who went on to run a good race in the Japan Cup. They've missed the Japan Cup to come here. Big chance.
Yeah, he looks a horse that is ready to win at Group 1 level, certainly is Rosham Park. Hishi Iguazu, we've seen him here before, Jenny, but I just wonder if he's at his complete best and completely wound up for this race today. Joe Moreira rides for Noriyuki Hori.
Yeah, he's exactly the same weight as he was last time he came to Hong Kong, and he's a really nice, relaxed type of horse. He looks in good shape. I think they've presented him really well. He's a very fit-looking horse, and he's very sensible. I couldn't rule him out on looks. I know he's a 7-year-old now, and he's probably up against it, but he's got the Magic Man on board from gate number 2, and the horse looks well.
Yeah, I think even optimistic Joe Moreira knows his task is a tough one here with Hishi Iguazu. But as Jenny's saying, he's hard-knocking 7-year-old. He'll give off his best.
There is Joe Moreira on screen shortly too. We get the leg up aboard Hishi Iguazu. Money Catcher, Jenny, of course, ran third in this race last year behind Romantic Warrior. Ran fourth in the QE2 Cup. He was certainly better last time out after maybe a couple of subpar performances prior.
Well, I'm just waiting for him to come into my view, but I could tell you with a blindfold on how well he would look, because he looks good every single time I see him. He's so calm and relaxed. He's a beautiful horse. He walks out nice and freely still. He's a very fit horse. He does like to get an easy time of things on the lead. coat's still gleaming. He's got a good, healthy shine to it, and there is nothing wrong with him. He parades well.
Yeah, he's so chilled out, isn't he? And that hood clearly is having a positive effect, but he's walking around like an old lamb, this horse, and that's what helps him to settle on the front end. He likes it out there, and you know that's the way he's going to be ridden.
On to Straight Aaron we go, where he, of course, won the Jockey Club Cup, and he needed to put in a big performance like that last time, Jenny, to put his sort of weight forward for this sort of contest this afternoon. Casper founds Vincent Ho. Casper saying he's got this horse as good as he possibly can.
Well, I'd agree with that. I think he's parading really nicely here. He's a strong horse. He's beautifully behaved in the parade. He's also walking out well, and he's maintained that condition and fitness level. So I can't see him running a bad race. I think he'll run well. Whether or not he's good enough, we'll have to wait and see, but he parades well.
Well, the one thing he will be doing is hitting the line hard. But it's just a question whether the others are too quick in front of him and have hit the line first. This is a bare minimum distance for him.
Yeah, it certainly is. Son of Fastnet Rock out of a Tavistock mare, and he's having his second go at Group 1 level. On to Sword Point. He stalked the speed. He was up outside the leader. He boxed on okay, I thought, last time out. Jenny, Zach Purton, Frankie Law, but this is a whole different kettle of fish for him this afternoon.
Sure is. He's a really nice horse, though, so I'm not going to knock him as far as appearance goes. He's actually put on 12 pounds. That might show just around the tummy area there, but he's quite a strong-bodied horse anyway, and he's really sensible. Does walk out nice and cleanly too, so he's in good order.
He's just a consistent, hard-knocking horse, gives of his best. Best probably isn't good enough against some of these.
Yeah, drawn in barrier number 9, and we move on to horse number 9 now. This is Nimble Nimbus, the son of Sacred Falls, out of a Pinsmere. Ricky Yu, Andrea Atzini. Of course, Ricky had Voyage Bubble in the previous. This horse here has run some very solid races, Jenny, but again, it's another big step up for him today. Yeah,
look, he's a genuine sort of quiet achiever, this horse. He can get himself a little bit toey and bossy in the parade, hence he's got another handler close by, and you can see he's just wanting to throw that head around. That's very normal for this horse. I don't think he'll disgrace because he's just too honest. He always carries that little bit of weight around the midsection, but he's healthy. He's just getting himself slightly warm, so place hope.
I'm just having a look at Vincent Ho. He's not got it on his mount yet. A grin from ear to ear, and he's still being hugged by his fellow riders. It's lovely to see. Here's 10, a Champion Dragon. Tony Cruz and Alexi Badel teaming up with this horse. Looks pretty well too, and comes here off the back of a victory last time, but this is a much, much tougher race.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's got himself, when he first came in, he wasn't sweating. He's just started to sweat up a little bit behind. He's a horse that's got plenty of size and scope. He walks out cleanly, bandaged on those bumpers, and he remains a very fit horse, so maybe fitness might hold him in good stead, but I just think he is just not quite as good as a few of the others in this.
Yeah, he'd have to run a career best this afternoon. He ran a career best last time out of in the Sasa Ladies Purse, I should say. He's since won at Class 2 level since then, but he would really have to step up. Romantic Warrior just best presented, Jenny, and we saw Horizon Dore just on screen before, and Mikhail Barcelona riding here. What of the French 3-year-old?
Yeah, I think he's parading really nicely, Horizon Dore. Very neat type of horse, being clipped out. Just getting on his toes now. He was really quite well behaved right throughout most of this parade, but just now it's business time. He is getting on his toes a touch and getting slightly agitated, but he's very fit and neat, and he does look well. We'll
get Nick's thoughts soon on Horizon Dore, but over to Nick Child we go. He's standing by with Tom Magnier.
Very much, Tom. Yeah, pleased to say that Tom Magnier has very kindly taken the time to chat to me, representing Team Luxembourg, of course. Tom, great to have you here, and this is the fourth and final dart that you're going to throw at the board, but it's a very good one.
Yeah, we're very hopeful for Luxembourg. Horses in great order. Just thanks very much to the Jockey Club, the way they've looked after us, and the horses have come out here. You know, we have every chance in having these horses right. Aidan's very happy with them. Brian's very happy with them. But obviously, being in Australia, seeing the Cox Plate, we know it's a very good field. We're a little bit worried about the draw, but the horse couldn't be any better. And obviously, thanks very much to the Hong Kong Jockey Club for the way that they've looked after us. It's been, like nothing we've ever seen, and it's amazing to be here. And you see the reception after the last race. It's eye-opening for us, and we're just delighted to be here.
It's pretty hard to rival Irish hospitality, Tom. Obviously, the magnitude of this race, obviously, you mentioned the Cox Plate, Romantic Warrior, of course, be taking him on. You probably need to bring a good one, but you've got a Group 1 winner at 2, 3 and 4. So for those that weren't too aware, Luxembourg is very good.
Yeah, he's a very good horse. And, the one thing we wanted to do is we wanted to get a very good horse out here. Aidan put a lot of thought into it, and we thought Luxembourg was a horse that would suit this race very well. He's in good order. We've got the right jockey, the right trainer, and hopefully we'll be there in the finish.
I must just ask you, Tom, before I let you go, your views on the previous race, Golden 60. I mean, he's captured the imagination, not just of us here in Hong Kong, but globally. You've seen a lot of racing all around the world. That was pretty special.
You know, the hairs were standing on the back of your neck when that horse came back to scale. And it's fantastic for racing. It's captured, you know, the nation, it's captured the world, and it'll be trending on Twitter, that's for sure. And it's just very special to be here and to witness it firsthand.
Tom, many thanks for chatting to us. Best of luck to you and all the team involved with Luxembourg.
Thanks very much.
Great to hear there from Tom Agnew with Nick Child down in the parade ring here, but runners are making their way to the 2,000 metre barrier here. Jenny, for the Cup, who's on top from the paddock?
One of the Japanese. Number 4 for me, and that's Rushan Park. He's a really lovely horse, this guy. He's got such a lovely nature too. He walked out beautifully. He looks very fit, and his coat looks immaculate. So number 4 goes on top, Rushan Park. From number 2, Romantic Warrior. He's gone into a little bit of a winter coat. He's come back looking terrific once again from the Cox Plate journey. He's walking out nice and freely. He's very fit, so he's in good order. I thought next best was the 3 Prognosis. I like the way he presented. He's just got slightly warm, but he's a really neat type of horse. And number 1, Luxembourg, who did a stack of laps before every other horse came into the parade here, just kept his cool. He looks really healthy and well. He looks in good shape too. So 4, 2, 3 and 1 for me.
Thank you, Jenny. Paul, a quick market update before we get to Mark.
Yeah, 1.5 about Romantic Warrior, 9.2 Luxembourg, 9.1 Prognosis, 11 Rushan Park, 15 Hissi Iguazu, 70 Money Catcher, 15 Straight Aaron, 40 Sword Point, 59 Nimble Nimber, 70 Champion Dragon, and Horizon Dore 15. And Mark, what a fantastic race from your vantage point. I mean, it was just electric, the atmosphere out the front. And who do you like here coming into the next?
Amazing horse, amazing ride, amazing training performance, pulled by Francis Lloyd. Congratulations to everybody with Golden 60. But at 8 years of age, he's lost none of that speed. When Vincent cut him loose at the top of the straight, the roof of the grandstand just about lifted. Wonderful animal. Superstar. There's no other word for it. Champion. And he's back as well as ever as an 8-year-old. 2 on top, Romantic Warrior here. Hong Kong, China to win again. 1.5 and 1.2. A very different route for him this year as it was for Golden 60. And that didn't stop him. He's back from Australia and a win in the Cox Plate. 3 Prognosis to run second on screen is Prognosis for Yuga Kawada. A third behind Equinox last time in the Tenno show. And that's got to be good sort of form for a race like this one. 4 to run third, Rushan Park at 10 to 1. First time in Group 1 racing for him. We saw it trip up Lebenstiel early this afternoon coming into this grade the first time. Rushan Park has Grade 3 and Grade 2 wins in Japan next to his name at his last 2 starts. Never worse than top 2 over the 2,000 metres though. And 1 Luxembourg. Ryan Moore for Aidan O'Brien. He has August Road in form out of the Irish Champion Stakes. 2, 3, 4, 1, Paul, for the last of the quartet of Group 1s.
I've gone for a French win down the bottom here. Horizon Dore, currently a 14 to 1 chance. Look, he's got a really good turn of foot, this horse. He does like the faster ground as well, so I think he can win the 11. To beat the 2 Romantic Warrior is going to be tough to beat, and you'll hear the roar if he's in the finish. The 3 Prognosis for Japan. He's another horse who's been very consistent and has been here before. And Luxembourg will just need a little bit of luck from the draw, so he goes in for 4th, just ahead of Rushan Park. So 11, 2, 3, 1 for me.
2, 1, 3 and 4 my numbers. Romantic Warrior on top. There'll be a great training performance from Danny Shum here for another Hong Kong Cup. Luxembourg's going to need a bit of luck and some pace, no doubt, from barrier number 10. Prognosis has the Equinox form, and Rushan Park, I think, definite improvement coming into this. 2, 1, 3 and 4. A recap of Nick Child's numbers. They are 1, 2, 3 and 11, Ginny.
The 4 on top for me, Rushan Park on looks. I thought he paraded beautifully, this horse. I love his nature. I like the look of him. He's a great type. And he did walk out nice and cleanly. Goes on top, number 2, Romantic Warrior. Another big roar from the crowd if this horse is going to salute here, Romantic Warrior. He's done a fantastic job in his career so far. A 5-year-old. He's the winner of the Cox Plate. So he's an international traveller and winner. Next best, number 3, I thought Prognosis presented well, and of the rest, Luxembourg. Just a nice, big, strong horse, nice and relaxed in the parade, looked good. So 4, 2, 3 and 1.
I think Horizon Dore is the one I would add to that mix. He is a right good horse with a turn of foot, and he's improving. He is the European equivalent of Rushen Park here. They're the two horses that are moving forward at the right time and are in excellent form. I thought Horizon Dore did outstandingly to hang on for third despite running an upside down race at Ascot on horrible ground. This will be much more suitable for him. I was talking to Christian de Muro earlier today, who'd ridden him twice earlier in the season. Mikel Barcelona, today's rider, is retained by the owners, which is why he's riding. Christian said he is a proper horse. I've been very impressed both times I've ridden him. I can see him running a bold race from the inside post. Obviously, Romantic Warrior